Hello, everyone. This is the Inner Voice Show, part of the Evolving Mind series in the Togetherness media. I'm Dr. Foojan Zeine. I'm a psychotherapist and the founder of the Awareness Integration Theory. This is a show about what matters most in our life: our mind, our thoughts, feelings, actions, relationships, and our fulfillment in this beautiful journey of life. In this show, I will share the tip of the week about why we hate ourselves and how that is going to impact our life. I will share with you how researchers recently examined biological factors impacting anxiety disorders. The team studied male and female to better understand sex differences in biological responses related to anxiety. And then I'm excited to bring you Wendy Thomas Robbins. She's the author of The Box, An Invitation to Freedom from Anxiety. She is a lawyer by day, a writer by night, and a professional panic attacker. Yes, she attacks panic attackers. And she will talk about her own journey of anxiety and how she grew up with anxiety and how it affected her and how she overcame, and all the tips that are there in how to learn from your anxiety instead of being so afraid of it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and podcast and connect with me through Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn, all of them with Dr. Foojan Zeine. And I'd love to hear from you. But first, here's the tip of the week. Here's the tip of the week. Why do we hate ourselves? This week I've been working with self-hatred. I've been listening to 12-year-olds and to 7-year-old wonderful people who've been reciting nasty comments to themselves for a lifetime. Some try to drown them out by using alcohol and drugs, and some cut, burn, or mutilate parts of their own body to punish themselves for being the worst human being. What makes us hate ourselves? As I've listened for the past 30 years to many people, as we explore the origin of these thoughts, it leads toward how we make believe that if the world did not take care of us, it must have been because we were bad. When two parents fought, the child saw himself as the cause and therefore he was bad. When an adult abused the child, she thought it must have been my fault, and I'm damaged good and I deserve it. When a parent neglected and was not available, the child thought, I must be unlovable. When a parent, while disciplining, said, you're bad, the child believed that they're bad, and they assigned being bad to themselves. When a teacher was in a bad mood and humiliated a student, she made it mean that she's the stupid one and no good and I'll never be good. When a friend betrayed, the teen said, I'm unworthy of friendship. When a boyfriend cheated, she said, I'm worthless. And you get this, right? When others acted, we took it personally, generalized it, and made it ours, and produced feelings of hatred, disgust, shame, and contempt for ourselves. So how do we shed these false self-made identities? By doing a reality check based on our actions, results, and the impact we have on others. By healing a part that is wounded in the past and is waiting to be loved and healed. By degeneralizing, realizing that one person's thoughts and actions do not make up our whole identity. By depersonalizing, from attaching a correlation between someone else's action that is not about us, by forgiving them for what they did and forgiving ourselves for all we did or perceived. There's a great process going through a self-hatred or self-acceptance and self-love. So for more observational and integration skills, go to my book, Life Reset, The Awareness Integration Path to Create the Love You Want. Thank you.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com.
Feeling anxious about health, family, or money is normal for most people, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. But But for those with anxiety disorders, these everyday worries tend to heighten even when there is little or no reason to be concerned. Researchers from Indiana University School of Medicine recently studied the behaviors associated with anxiety, published in Psychopharmacology, examining how biological factors impact anxiety disorders, especially in females. They found that anxiety in females intensifies when there's a specific life-relevant condition. Anxiety disorders occur in twice as often in women than men, and social and cultural factors likely play an important role in the development of anxiety in females. The COVID-19 pandemic heavily influenced anxiety in people. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in June 2020, a few months into the pandemic, 13% of Americans started using or increasing substance use to cope with their emotions and stress due to the unknowns at the time about the pandemic. Knowing that women have more incidence of anxiety than men, the roles of many women have amplified during the pandemic, working remotely, teaching children in virtual school, everyday tasks, errands, and these life-relevant conditions could have increased their anxiety. While anxiety in human is complex, anxiety in animal is based solely on biology. So biological factors play an important role in these types of mood disorders. But it can be hard to untangle the mechanism that drive anxiety in humans. When they did a study on rodents, these rodents were important to do to help develop more effective and personalized treatments. Through the studying both male and female rodent models, they found that females and males were very different in their response to the most life-relevant aspects related to anxiety. In one of the behavioral tasks, rodents had to grab pellets of food which were in the brightly lit center of the big arena. Rats don't like the light, so this created an anxious conflict. In this task, female rats took longer to touch the food and ate less food relative to males. The researchers also gave the rodent diazepam, a drug used to treat anxiety, and it greatly reduced anxiety in females, but it had little effect in males when interacting with food. There were also other measures that showed males and females, including how many times a rat approached the lit center and how long it remained there. Thus, only the parts of the task that were most life relevant, in this case food, showed the sex differences. Previous studies supported the idea that anxiety in female is focused on most life-relevant aspects of the situation. For example, females more than males in both studies showed great responses to the urine of a predator and had higher anxiety when in the presence of a second rat that was free to wander around. Knowing that anxiety can manifest from different concerns in males and female, with female particularly attuned to the most life-relevant condition, is a valuable step towards seeking better treatment based on sex differences. The model that I created, the awareness integration model, minimizes anxiety and depression. And I know that as I worked 30 years, I've seen that the anxiety and depression with females gets much more, it's more prevalent in females than it is in male. Another milestone or a phase of life that we really see a lot of anxiety in females are perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. And it's important for women to know that they need to take care of themselves. And as anxiety shows up, there are all the amazing, amazing treatments to work through, and that they don't have to live with this type of anxiety nor the depression. Thank you.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com